Hi, it's John Voot, and this lesson is on the Riverboat song by Ocean Colour Scene from Trinity Rock and Pop Drums, Grade 5. So opening up the book to the sheet music, so you can see as always we've got the song title at the top of the page, and then beneath that you've got intro written in a box, just letting you know the first section of the song you're going to be playing is an intro. And then beneath that, we've got the performance marking there, so it says rock, so that's the style or genre of the piece, so it's a rock piece, so make sure you're in rock mode. And then beside that, we've got the tempo, so it says a quarter note equals 215, so the tempo of this piece is 215 quarter note beats per minute, so it's a fairly fast tempo, okay? Beneath that, we've got the first bar. You can see the percussion clef there, and then beside that you can see the time signature. So the time signature for this piece is 6/4. So the 6 at the top tells us there's 6 beats in the bar, and the 4 at the bottom tells us the note value of a beat is a quarter note. So we've got 6 quarter note beats in the bar. Okay, so that's the first thing to note for this song. Okay, so we're not playing in common time, which is 4/4, we're playing in 6/4. So you want to make sure you're comfortable playing in this time signature. Okay, so you're going to have a count of 6 quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, but in that first bar we've got a multi-bar rest or a multi-measure rest. Okay, and above it you can see the number 2. So we rest for 2 bars. Okay, and then beneath that you can see it says guitar in brackets. So you'll hear guitar for those 2 bars, but there's no drums being played. Okay, so for the first 2 bars, we just listen to the guitar riff. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2 bars of 6/4 there. Make sure we count that, and then we come in bar 3, and we've got a 2-bar groove, which is the main groove of this song. Okay, so we're going to look at bars 3 and 4, the 2 bars there on the rest of line 1, and this is our groove. Okay, so we've got a quarter note played throughout the 2 bars on the cymbal, and we're on the ride cymbal for this song. Okay, so we've just got quarter notes on the ride, so just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then you can see at the start of that first bar of the groove, we got a crash. Okay, just accentuates the start of the groove. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this song's a fast tempo, but we're just playing quarter notes. Okay, so there isn't kind of too much sort of strenuous notes to be played with the lead hand. Okay, we're just playing those quarter notes. Okay, so although it's a fast tempo, it doesn't feel fast because you're not cramming in loads of notes. Okay, we've just got quarter notes. So you hold quarter notes. The subdivision of the groove is quarter notes, and then the bass and snare rhythm underneath that. So looking at the first bar, you've got a quarter note bass drum on the 1. 8th note rest on the 2, then a snare drum on the end of 2. So we've got a snare drum on the offbeat there, on the upbeat of 2. Quarter note rest on 3, quarter note on the bass drum on the 4, quarter note on the snare drum on the 5, and a quarter note rest on 6. Okay, so the bass and snare drum is 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so just that bass and snare, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so putting that underneath the quarter note cymbal, it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's the first bar of the groove, so that's bar 3, and then looking at bar 4, very similar groove. Okay, all you're doing is you're adding another snare drum on the upbeat of 3. Okay, so you can see that upbeat of 3, the end of 3 there, another snare. So on the offbeat again, so it's played in between the cymbal. So the second bar of the 2-bar grooves, this is bar 4, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so just that 1 note difference. So playing the 2 bars now, bars 3 and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's the main groove of the song. That's the one you want to be really comfortable with. So what we'll do is we'll loop that groove through. So those 2 bars crashing in just to accentuate the start of the 2 bars, and we'll try it 4 times through. Okay, so the only other things to mention about the 2-bar groove there in bars 3 and 4 is we come in with 2 grace notes. You can see there's 2 grace notes before the crash. Okay, so you're going to drag into the groove. So 2 grace notes. So remember, grace notes are played just before primary notes. You want to fit those 2 quiet grace notes in. Okay, which kind of just adds some texture to the start of the groove. Okay, so it kind of picks you up into the groove. So we got there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that effects with a little snare drag into the groove, and also beneath the bar 3 you've got F, which is short for forte, which means loud. Okay, so you want to come in nice and loud, a lot of energy in this groove. Okay, on to the next line. So bars 5 and 6 we've got the same groove there, but there's no crash. Okay, so you're just going to play the 2-bar groove, just carrying on the ride cymbal, and in the next 2 bars, bars 7 and 8, we've got slash notation. Okay, so slash notation lets us know we can improvise, so it gives us freedom to improvise. And above bar 7 it says cont sim, which is short for continue simile, which means continue in a similar way. So you're going to improvise the groove but continue a similar groove. Okay, so you don't want to go completely change the groove. You want to kind of add in some maybe some snare drum notes, or take out some snare drum notes, add in some bass drum notes, for instance. Okay, so have fun with that, improvising, but don't go too far away from the groove. Okay, really stay with the theme. And then we've got a double bar line there at the end of that line, at the end of bar 8. So that kind of brings us into the restart of the groove, where we've got another crash at the start of bar 9. So we just crash into the groove, and all we're doing here is we're adding a little change up on the end. So instead of that quarter note at the end of the 2-bar groove on the ride, we've got 2 snare drums, 2 1/8 notes. Okay, so we've got 6 and. So we're going to play right left here at the end of the 2-bar groove. So we'll go for that now. So bars 9 and 10. So we'll try that 4 times through, just changing up the last beat of the 2-bar groove for 2 snare drums. And then the next bar, bar 11, we've got another bar of slash notation, and it says cont sim above it again, and this time we've got time in brackets. You just want to play time, okay? So you want a nice steady groove for that bar, just keep time. And then we've got another 4 beats of slash notation in the next bar, bar 12, so you want to continue improvising time there for the first 4 beats of bar 12, and then we've got a 2-beat fill. So for beats 5 and 6, we're just playing 1/8 notes on the floor tom, so 5 and 6 and, just right left on the floor tom. So that's what you want to make sure you can do with this groove as well. So you want to make sure you can play fills, so come out and play 2-beat fills. Okay, that happens a lot through this song. So you want to kind of get used to that, so play the 2-bar groove, added in that fill, and you'll notice the fill comes in after you played that bass drum on the 4. Okay, so just to show you those 2 bars now, so bars 11 and 12, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I hit that kick on 4, but I'm in with my 5 and 6. Okay, so like I said, it's good practice just to play about on that 5th and 6th beat of the 2nd bar. Just make sure you can play some fills. So we'll try that now. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so you just want to make sure you can play fills in those 2 beats, just improvise that, and that's going to put you in good stead going forward with this song. The next line, so starting at bar 13, we've got another 3 bars of slash notation, and it says ad-lib crashes, so you can throw in some crashes to accentuate parts of the bars there. And then we've got in bar 16 another 4 beats of slash notation, so improvise the groove for another 4 beats. And then we've got another 2-beat fill. This time we've got 1/8 notes on snare and floor tom. So 5 and on the snare, 6 and on the floor tom. And again, we've got 2 grace notes going into that snare drum, okay? So you want to play a drag going into that 5th beat. Okay, so we'll try those 2 bars. We're going to do 1 bar of groove and then another 4 beats of groove into that 2 beat fill. Okay, so this is bars 15 and 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, then on to the next line, you've got another bar of slash notation in bar 17, and then we've just got a 1-beat fill at the end of bar 18, just those 2 snare drums again. Okay, just like you played in bar 10, okay, just finishing the groove with 2 8th notes on the snare drum on the 6, and then in bar 19, another bar of slash notation, so improvise the groove for another bar there, and then we've got a 1-bar fill in bar 20, so we've got a quarter note on the 1 on the high tom or small tom, so just play a quarter note there, 2 8th notes on the high tom for the 2, so that'd be 2 and an 8th note rest on the 3, and then we play an 8th note on the upbeat 3 on the medium tom, so that and a 3, a quarter note on the medium tom for 4, and then we've got 2 8th notes and a quarter note on the floor tom for 5 and 6. So the rhythm of the fill is 1, 2 and 4, 5 and 6. And sticking, you want to play lead hand for downbeats, left hand, so non-lead hand for upbeats. So you'll play right, right, left, left, right, right, left, right. Okay, so that fill, bar 20, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll try that fill 4 times through at the song tempo, and we'll play the fill, and then we'll rest for a bar. Play the fill again, rest for a bar. Fill again, rest for a bar, fill again, rest for the bar. So we'll play it 4 times, but a bar rest in between, rather than kind of looping the fill continuously. So loop, bar, fill, bar rest, fill, bar rest, fill, bar rest, fill, bar rest. Okay, so try that now, bar 20. And you've got a double bar line at the ends of bar 20, and that brings us to the end of the intro, okay? So a fairly long intro. We've got a 20 bar intro, so we're going to put that all together now at the song tempo. Okay, so you want to make sure you've got the 2-bar groove down, you're playing it with confidence, it feels comfortable. If it feels comfortable, it's going to sound good, okay? We really need to get to that point, so make sure you're not all rigid. You might start there, but make sure you keep playing it and get comfortable with it till you're really kind of relaxed. Remember, no tension in your arms, okay, no tension in your body. You want to be nice and relaxed and enjoy the groove. To get to that point, make sure you can play the fills. Okay, so there's a lot of improvising in this. You want to make sure you kind of got that like comfortability of the groove to be able to come out and play small fills. Okay, and not throw the groove. So you don't want to be playing fills like at the wrong time, and therefore you go sort of off time. You want to make sure you can come out nice and neatly on the 5, play 2-beat fills comfortably, back in on the 1 of the groove. Okay, so really get that skill down and finish with that nice fill. Okay, in bar 20. So let's try now the intro at the song tempo. And now we'll try the intro in time with a backing track. Okay, so remember, you've got a 2-bar rest at the start there. You'll hear the guitar riff, the main riff of the song, the and our groove really complements that melody. Okay, so it really kind of fits in. So you really kind of notice the groove locks in with the guitar riff, okay, that main guitar riff. So really make sure you feel that, really lock in with it. Okay, and like we said before, make sure the fills don't disrupt that flow, okay, that nice groove flowing throughout this whole intro, and finish that fill nice and neat and tidy, which sets up going into the next section. Okay, so let's try the intro in time with a backing track. So now we come into the next section of the song, which is the verse, which starts at bar 21. Okay, you can see verse there written in a box, and also you can see the sign there, the Senyo sign. Okay, so we know we're going to be coming back to this point later in the song, and we've also got a start repeat sign. Okay, so we're going to be coming back to this bar twice. Okay, we're going to be coming back for the repeat and also coming back to the sign too. Okay, so make sure we take a mental note there, so we know when we're sent back, we know where to go back to. Okay, now what we got here in the first 2 bars of the verse is the same groove we've already played. Okay, so you just got the main 2-bar groove of the song, and then in the next bar, which is bar 23, we got a bar of slash notation again and consim. So just as we had in the intro again, so continue in a similar way, and then we've got 4 beats of improvised groove in bar 24, and then we've got another 2-beat fill. Nice simple 2-beat fill, quartet on the high tom or small tom on 5, 2 8th notes on the snare drum for 6 sound. So 5, 6 sound. So play those 2 bars, 23 and 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got right there for the fill, and then into the next line, 25, 26 and 27, 3 bars of slash notation, so continue improvising with that groove, and then we got a kind of 1-bar fill, okay, in bar 28. Okay, this fill is played on ride, kick and snare, okay, so it's kind of like a change up of the groove. So we got quarter notes played on the ride for beats 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and then the bass and snare drum, we got kick on 1, snare on 2, kick on and of 2, 8th note rest on 3, snare on the and of 3, kick on 4, snare on 5, 2 8th notes on the 6. Okay, so we've got 6 and on the snare drum. Okay, so going through that bar slowly, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so really get it down nice and slow first. And then once you kind of feel the orchestration of it, okay, and you feel the rhythm, then try it at song tempo. Okay, so we'll try that bar now. Again, we'll play it once and then we'll have a bar rest. Okay, so we'll try it 4 times through with a bar rest in between each time. Okay, at the song tempo. Let's try bar 28. And then we come into the next line, so in bar 29, 30 and 31, we've got another 3 bars of slash notation, so we continue improvising the groove. And then in bar 32, we got 4 beats of slash notation, so continue improvising the groove for the first 4 beats of that bar. Then we've got another 2-beat fill, 8th notes, medium tom for the 5, downbeat of 5, snare drum for the end of 5, and then snare drum, 2 more snare drums for the 6 and the end of 6. So you got 5 and 6 and for the fill. Try those 2 bars, so bars 31 and 32, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so obviously stuff we've done before in this song, in case you're just continuing that theme of improvising with the 2-bar groove, playing 2-beat fills. And then we come into the next page, okay? We come into the next page, starting at bar 33. So here we've got a change up of the groove. We've still got quarter notes on the ride, but now the bass and snare drum rhythm has changed slightly, okay? So we've got the bass drum on 1 still. We've got a quarter note rest on 2. We've got a bass drum on 3. We've got a snare drum on the 4. And we've got a quarter note rest on 5 and a quarter note on the bass drum on the 6. Okay, so a slightly different sounding groove. So the groove in bar 33 sounds like this. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so it's got that kind of half-time sound. Okay, so we've gone away from this. Now we've got this. We've got less backbeats there. We've just got 1 backbeat in the bar now, so it gives it that nice half-time effect. Playing that backbeat on the 4. And we've got a crash coming into that groove, and then in the next bar, bar 34, we've got a 1-bar repeat. Okay, so we repeat bar 33. So bars 33 and 34, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so remember when we repeat the bar, we don't repeat the crash. Okay, that crash is only there to accentuate the start of the groove. And then we've got a first ending starting at bar 35. So here in the first ending, in the first bar of the first ending, we've got a quarter note on ride and kick for the first beat. So we've got 1, and then we've got a quarter note crash and snare drum in unison for the 2. So we've got that loopy line coming off the crash. You want to let that ring, and we've got a quarter note rest on beat 3, and we've got the same 2 notes on beats 4 and 5. So we've got a quarter note on ride and kick on the 4, quarter note crash on crash and snare on the 5. Okay, so bar 35, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then for the next 2 bars, bars 36 and 37, we go back to the 2-bar groove, the main 2-bar groove of the song, and we've got those 2 8th note snare drums at the end of bar 37. Okay, where we play the right left. So we'll play those 3 bars of the ending there. So bars 35, 36, and 37. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we've got 2 more bars of the first ending, so bars 38 and 39. So in bar 38, we've got slash notation, and above it says cont sim time again. So you want to continue improvising the groove, but keeping time. Okay, in the next bar, bar 39, we've got 4 beats of slash notation there. So you want to carry on improvising time for the first 4 beats, and then we've got another 2-beat fill at the end of bar 39. So the rhythm for this fill, we've got triplets on the 5. So you've got 5-ender or 5 triplet. And then we've got 6, just a quarter note, okay? So you've got 5-ender 6, or 5 triplet 6. Okay, just gonna play that single stroke, so right, left. Okay, so we've got this on the snare. Okay, so because it's a fast tempo, you gotta just make sure you're playing those triplets tidily, okay? Nice and evenly spaced. We'll try those 2 bars, 38 and 39. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and that brings us to the end of the first ending. Okay, you can see the end repeat sign there at the end of bar 39. So what we'll try now, we'll try bars 33 to 39. Okay, so that half-time groove for 2 bars, and then we've got the ending. So we've got those crashes coming in bar 35, and then we go back to the main groove of the song, ending with the triplet fill. Okay, so let's try that now at the song tempo. And that brings us to the end of verse 1. Okay, so we're going to try the whole verse now. So from bar 21 to the end of bar 39. Okay, so similar sort of theme to the intro, where we're holding this 2-bar groove and we're playing fills, okay, and we're improvising with this groove as well. And then we just got a change up at the end of the verse with that half-time sound and the crashes, and then we're back with the groove, ending with that triplet fill. Okay, so let's try the whole of the first verse at the song tempo. And now we'll try the verse in time with a backing track. Okay, so just as in the intro, you want to lock in with that guitar riff. Okay, and what's tricky is the vocals don't have the same sort of rhythmic groupings as the guitar riff. Okay, so don't let the vocals let you sway from that rhythm. Okay, just lock in with the guitar riff. All right, so just make sure you're really kind of feeling that guitar riff as you play it. All right, so let's try the verse now in time with the backing track.
I see double overhead, where the riverboat sway beneath the sun is where the river runs away. Like a king who stops the winds and shoots a dove and prays an eagle instead. It's more or less the same as the things that you said. I see trouble.
So after you hit that end repeat sign at the end of the first ending, we go back to the start repeat sign, which was at the start of the verse at bar 21, and we play through the verse again. You can see beneath bar 21 it says vary fills on repeats. Okay, so this is the first repeat, so when you play through the verse the second time, all of the fills you see written down, you want to vary, okay? So you want to improvise fills. You don't want to play the exact same ones you've already played in verse 1 that you read, okay? You want to improvise all of the fills for the second verse. We'll play through the verse. We play through from 21 right through. You hit bar 33 where you got the two bar, some in bars 33 and 34 where you got 2 bars of that half time. And then we go to the second ending, okay, which is at bar 40. So second ending, we got a quarter note on the ride and kick for beat 1. We got quarter note snare and crash for beat 2 and for beats 2 and 3. So we got 1, 2, 3, and then we got a double stop on floor and snare drum for beats 4, 5, and 6. The quarter notes there as well. So we've got quarter notes for the whole bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's our second ending. So what we're trying now is bars 33 and 34, and then the second ending at bar 40. Okay, so those 3 bars. Let's try that at the song tempo. And you can see we've got a double bar line at the end of the second time bar there at bar 40, and that brings us into the next section of the song, which is the chorus, which starts at bar 41. You can see chorus there written in a box. So for the chorus, we've got a 2-bar groove in bars 41 and 42, and this is built on that half-time groove that you played in the verse, at the end of the verse in bars 33 and 34. Okay, but now in the second bar of this groove in bar 42, we're adding a bass drum on the upbeat of 2. Okay, so the 2-bar groove, so bars 41 and 42, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that was bars 41 and 42 4 times through, just to let you hear the 2-bar groove there nice and slowly, okay? So you want to get that down comfortably, and then you want to get it up to song tempo. So now let's try bars 41 and 42 4 times through, the 2-bar groove of the chorus at the song tempo. And for the next 2 bars, bars 43 and 44, we've got the first bar of the 2-bar groove in bar 43, and in bar 44, we're just crashing on the backbeat. Okay, so those 2 bars, 43 and 44, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we come into the next line in bars 45 and 46. We've got the same 2-bar groove that we played in bars 41 and 42. And then in the next bar, bar 47, we've got the first bar of the 2-bar groove there. And then in the next bar 48, we've got a 1-bar fill. Okay, so going through that fill now, we've got 8th notes going round the kit, 4 8th notes on the snare drum, 4 8th notes on the small tom, and then 2/8 notes on the medium tom, 2/8 notes on the floor tom. So 4, 4, 2, 2. It's 8 notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And underneath that we've got a quarter note bass drum. Okay, so just keep those quarter notes on the bass drum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So putting that in as well, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and we've got another 2 grace notes on the snare drum going into that fill. So we drag into the fill. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so again, get it down nice and slowly, and then we want to get it up to song tempo. So we'll try that fill 4 times through, and again we'll play bar of the fill, bar rest, bar of the fill, bar rest, bar of the fill, bar rest, bar of the fill, bar rest. Okay, so 4 times at the song tempo. Then in the next 2 bars, bars 49 and 50, we've got the same 2-bar groove that we played at the start of the chorus, but this time we're crashing on the backbeats. Okay, so bars 49 and 50, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so you see just getting that nice explosion on the backbeats, more accentuation there, so they're really standing out, those beats in the bar. Okay, so let's try bars 49 and 50 looped. Okay, so those 2 bars looped 4 times, just to make sure we've got those crashes on the backbeats right in unison. And if you've got 2 crashes either side, just make sure you're playing at both sides. Remember, add that showmanship. This is rock music, so live performance is a huge part of rock music. So if you can add in that showmanship, that's great. If you've only got 1 crash, you just got to stay on one side, okay? But if you've got the 2, you've got that option to kind of move about. Okay, so let's try bars 49 and 50 4 times through. Then the next 2 bars, bars 51 and 52. So we've got the first bar of the groove, again crashing on the backbeat, and then we've got the first bar of the groove, again crashing on the backbeat, but we play a 2-beat fill at the end of the bar. So just on the snare drum for 5 and 6 and. Right, left, right, left. So those 2 bars, bars 51 and 52. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so nice and straightforward, just adding that big emphasis on the backbeat again with the crash cymbals. And then we come down into the next line, starting up at bar 53. So we got the 2-bar groove returns, okay, we've got those that kick on the 2nd bar again on the upbeat, and we're crashing on the backbeats there. All right, so we'll just try those 2 bars, 53 and 54. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that was those 2 bars, 53 and 54 repeated. Okay, so we played it 4 times there. Okay, so we want to get that down, make sure lots of energy there, lots of crashes. Okay, so really get comfortable with those 2 bars. And then we've got the first of those 2 bars there, played in bar 55, and in bar 56, we've got another fill here. So we're keeping quarter notes on the bass drum again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. With the hands above that, we've got a quarter note rest on the 1, 2 8th notes on the 2 on the high tom, so 2 and, 8th note rest on 3, and we play another 8th note on the high tom on the and of 3, and then we got 4 and, so 2 8th notes on the medium tom, and then 5 and 6 and, so we got 4 8th notes on the floor tom there, so just right left, right left. Okay, so the sticking for the fill, you got right left on the 2 and of 3 played with the left hand, 4 and, right left, 5 and 6 and, right, left, right, left. Okay, so keep quarter notes with the bass drum, making sure you're resting with the hands on the first beat. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so get it down nice and slow, and then we'll try that 4 times through at the song tempo. And again, 1 bar of fill, 1 bar of rest. Okay, so let's try that bar now. So bar 56. And after that fill in bar 57 there, we've got a quarter note on crash and bass drum, okay, played in unison. You want to let that crash ring. So we've got a quarter note there, and then we've got a quarter note rest on beat 2, quarter note rest on beat 3, and then a dotted half note rest for beats 4, 5, and 6. And then in the next bar, bar 58, we've got a whole bar rest. Okay, and at the end of bar 58, you can see we've got a double bar line, and that brings us to the end of the chorus. Okay, so we're going to put the whole chorus together now. So in this chorus, we've got a very different feel. Okay, we've got that halftime style groove for this section. And we've got lots of energy, loads of crashes, big fills. Okay, so really portray that energy as you play through this section. Okay, so let's give this chorus a try now at the song tempo. And now we'll try the chorus in time with the backing track. Okay, so keep a solid groove, a solid fill in this section. Big crashes, big fills, high energy. Okay, so let's try it in time with the backing track.
Things that you said. Anyway, for all the things you know, tell me why does the river not flow? But anyway, for all the things you said, tell me why does the river run red? But anyway, for all the things you see, tell me when will the river run green? But anyway, for all the things you know, tell me why does the river not flow?
And then we come into the next section of the song, which is the guitar solo, starting at bar 59. So now we return to the original feel of this song, okay, and we return to the original groove. Okay, so we drag into the groove, so we drag and crash. And we're back to those quarter notes on ride. And written down there, you've got the first bar of the initial 2-bar groove we went through in this song that we played in the intro and verse. And then we just got slash notation for the rest of the guitar solo. Okay, so for bars 60 to 70, slash notation. So you're just improvising the groove here. So it says cont, sim, time, and fills above bar 60. So loads of energy in this guitar solo. So you just want to portray that energy and help the guitar soloist sort of carry that energy over. Okay, so remember, you're supporting the soloist here. You're not overpowering them. You're just supporting their solo and making sure you carry the energy that they're portraying. So that's why you want fills in here as well, to really portray that energy. Okay, so you want to improvise for this whole section with the groove and play fills where you deem necessary to play fills. Okay, but just make sure you're listening to that guitar soloist and just carrying their energy. Okay, so what we'll do now, we'll try the guitar solo at song tempo. Okay, so we got 12 bars here, so we got 3 sets of 4 bars. We got 4 in brackets at the end of the first set of 4 bars, 8 in brackets at the end of the second set of 4 bars, and then a 12 in brackets at the end of the third set of 4 bars. Okay, so you really want to feel this as 3 sets of 4 bars. Okay, so let's try this now, the guitar solo, the whole guitar solo at the song tempo. And now we'll try the guitar solo in time with a backing track. Okay, so just to reiterate, this is the guitar solo, so make sure you're giving the guitar soloist a great foundation and you're really helping them portray the energy of the solo. Okay, so let's try the guitar solo now in time with a backing track. And at the end of the guitar solo, so at the end of bar 70, we can see a double bar line there, which brings us to the end of the guitar solo. And also you can see it says DS al Coda. Okay, so that's short for Del Segno al Coda. So that sends us back to the sign, which we saw at the start of the verse at bar 21. So we go back to the Segno sign there. And this is another repeat. So remember, beneath bar 21 it says vary fills on repeat. So again, every fill you see, you want to vary. Okay, so you just improvise a fill. And then we play through 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, and 28. Then you can see bar 29, we play through 29 again. And at the end of 29, it says to Coda. And we've got the Coda sign there. And then we jump forward to the Coda, which is at the tail of the piece, the end of the piece. So that takes us to the last line of the second page there at bar 71. So at the end, in bar 71, we're playing the second bar of the 2-bar groove with a 2-beat fill at the end of it. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've got 8 notes there, medium tom on the 5, snare on the end of 5, and the 6 and the end of 6. And then we play a tom groove, okay, so a floor tom groove. So now we're keeping downbeats on the floor tom, we're keeping downbeats on the bass drum as well. So we got this. And then we've got 2 8th notes on the high tom, on the end of 2 and the end of 3, and the snare drum playing the 4, and then we've got another 8th note playing the end of 6 on the floor tom. Okay, so this is the groove in bar 72. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so get comfortable with that groove nice and slowly, and then we'll try that groove now at the song tempo. Okay, so we'll play it 4 times through. And in the next 2 bars, bars 73 and 74, we got 1 bar repeats. So we repeat that floor tom groove 2 times, okay, so we play it 3 times in total for bars 72, 73 and 74. And in the final bar of the piece, we just got a quarter note on floor tom and bass drum in unison. Okay, so just hit beat 1 to finish, and we got a quarter note rest on 2, quarter note rest on 3, and then a dotted half note rest for beats 4, 5 and 6. And that brings us to the end of the piece. Okay, so we're going to try the coda now, and we're also going to include bar 29. Okay, so that the bar just before we go to the coda. So we got that 2-bar groove. Okay, so in bar 29 you play the first bar of the 2-bar groove, and in the first bar of the coda, bar 71, you've got the second bar of the coda. You've got the second bar of the 2-bar groove. Okay, so we're just going to go from 29 and then jump straight to the coda. So let's try that now at the song tempo. So that brings us to the end of the song, okay? So you've got all the sections, so make sure you can play each section, and then you want to make sure you can transition from section to section, okay? So flow through this whole piece. Really practice it through till you get a nice flow through the whole piece. Okay, make sure you're relaxed and you feel good as you play through it. Remember, don't rush these grade pieces. It's not about getting through the grades as quickly as you can. It's about developing as a musician, okay? So be relaxed, really enjoy the music as you play it. Okay, so first of all, let's try it through now at the song tempo, the whole piece. And now we'll try the whole song through in time with the backing track.